alongside Goganar towards the inside, Welgeston Warrior, as the runners are well grouped towards the next flight. The 7 runners now head towards that middle flight. Jukebox Steady with Mindhunt, who jumped it very big indeed. Towards the inside still Martel Mix Jack. Right in behind them still Arctic Saint. With towards the inside in behind Martel Mix Jack is Welgeston Warrior. Sticking by the rail is Jewel-Eyed Judy and Jamie Brace. And then Goganar, who's still in touch at the back under Finn Lambert. The 7 runners only covered by about 4 or 5 lengths. This long run towards the final flight down the far side. Jukebox Steady and Tom Hutsby with Mindhunter and Ellis Collier, not much between the two. Right in behind still Martel Mix Jack towards that far rail Arctic Saint. The other 3 in line. Welgeston Warrior with Goganar and up against the rail Jewel-Eyed Judy. 4 out, the final flight down the back straight. All getting over okay again and about to swing and go downhill towards home. Jukebox Steady, still just about the overall leader out wider, with Martel Mix Jack up against the rail. Mindhunter still right in between runners at this stage. Then in behind is Welgeston Warrior alongside Arctic Saint, Goganar and Jewel-Eyed Judy and Jamie Brace as the 7 runners freewheel down the hill towards home. This long run towards the final 3 flights of hurdles. And still Jukebox Steady with Mindhunter, who's never been far away, right up sides. Far side is Martel Mix Jack. In behind is Arctic Saint. Sticking towards that far side, Welgeston Warrior. Then in behind Jewel-Eyed Judy, and Goganar being pushed along has just been outpaced around that turn. So 3 from the finish. 6 of them now pretty well grouped. Spot the progress of Jewel-Eyed Judy. He's making significant headway now to try and apply pressure to Jukebox Steady and Mindhunter. With Jewel-Eyed Judy right there. Now up against the rail, Arctic Saint trying to improve. A little bit squeezed for room there. Ridden along Martel Mix Jack. Still on that far side in touch is Welgeston Warrior as they now head up towards the final 2 flights, and Arctic Saint is picking up quite well from Jewel-Eyed Judy now into second place, trying to cover the move. Jukebox Steady's in behind him. This is 2 from the finish. The leader jumping out to the left there, Arctic Saint. Jewel-Eyed Judy ridden along. Welgeston Warrior still there towards that far rail. Jukebox Steady tries to rally with the noseband in behind, then Mindhunter. Jewel-Eyed Judy in the lead, the final flight, and takes it well. Leads by about 3 lengths over that final flight from Jukebox Steady. Far side Welgeston Warrior. Then comes Arctic Saint in behind with Mindhunter, but being driven out to the line here, going 4 or 5 lengths clear. Jewel-Eyed Judy, it will be a double on the card for Nigel and Willie Twiston Davis. She was well backed and she wins well under Jamie Brace. Close second between Welgeston Warrior and Jukebox Steady. Arctic Saint faded into 4th, and then came Mindhunter.
Well, as Tim said, it is a double on the day for the Twiston Davis team. Jamie Brace getting in on the act here. Story, Dan, of the race, however, the market move for her. If ever there were market positives, she's a case in point.
Yeah, one of those where previewing the race last evening at 18-1, thinking, yeah, that's probably about right about her price based on what we'd seen, but what do we know? Gambled into the eventual 5-2 favourite, and the support was sustained. She was around the 12-1 point this morning, and there was only ever money for her. Had shown very, very little on the track. She was pulled up on her last 2 starts in very low-grade handicaps. She'd gone down £11 from her opening mark. She's only 8 starts. So I guess there was a reason to think maybe she could show better, but it would have been an awful big leap of faith to trust that if you hadn't seen the market support.
Jukebox Steady, incidentally, did get the bob for second place. He's run a perfectly respectable race on his return, but he's been placed again.
Another 2, but alongside his name, it just feels about right for him, doesn't he? But I mean, he shows a willing attitude because he'd been headed and looked like he might finish 4th, so he's got back up for second in the end. So you'd like to think maybe back up in trip to 3 miles over fences, he might be able to find a low-grade race this season. I guess if you were on the gamble, the only bit of moment of hesitation you might have had was when Arctic Saint tried to make a bit of a move on the run to 2 out.
Too soon and too quick, Arctic Saint into the race on the back of an absence?
Yes, but I think she's shown very similar qualities before in that she hung pretty notably left under pressure. The cheek pieces were onto, I think, to avoid that situation, and has eventually finished 4th, having faded. So I think with her it wouldn't have really mattered how they could have ridden her. Even if they waited a bit longer, I think a similar result would have been inevitable. Because while there may have been a moment of hesitation about the winner on that sort of run to 2 out when had to be squeezed along, after the last there was never any doubt.
So Sam Twiston Davis teaming up for the family in the first. Jamie Brace here. and a well-backed winner in the shape of Jewel Judy, as Dan was saying, from a double-figure price overnight and first thing this morning. I wonder if we've got time to have a word with Willie Twiston-Davies before we go back to the studio for the next live action. Job done as far as the Twiston-Davies team are concerned. Let's go in and see if we can speak to Willie very quickly. Well done, Willie. Can we just have a quick word? Yeah. Double on the day. This mare, first of all, look, she's landed a bit of a touch in some quarters. It looked a very winnable race on paper.